Hi, I'm disability lawyer David Brandon, managing lawyer here at Resident Legal. In this video, I'm going to answer the question we get quite often is, can my insurance company reject the holistic or alternative treatment that I want to get? Now, if you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us some questions if you have them. So it's common for people who are getting long-term disability to want to try to get better and to seek out any possible treatment. And sometimes that leads people to try holistic or alternative treatments that are kind of outside of the mainstream. Now that can sometimes cause tension with the insurance company, and people will ask us, look, can my insurance company actually refuse to allow me to get these alternative treatments rather than the more standard medical treatment that is typically done? This is a tricky question and it requires a tricky answer, so hang in here. So the number one thing to know is that most insurance policies have a clause in there that say you have to be under the regular care of a physician. Sometimes this is doctor, sometimes it will say nurse practitioner, or medical practitioner. There's all kinds of definitions there. So you need to know, how is it worded in your policy? It's very important for that. Now this clause has been interpreted quite often by the courts to mean that you have to be, when it says under the care of a physician, it means that a physician has to be directing your treatment, and it needs to be a reasonable treatment plan that a doctor could recommend. Your doctor's not allowed to be out in left field coming up with things on their own. There has to be a medically accepted treatment plan that you're following, and you have to be engaging with the doctor, whatever that looks like, in a reasonable manner. Sometimes that's seeing the doctor every month, sometimes that's checking in once a year. It all depends on the facts of your situation and your illness. So when you get into things like alternative treatments and any holistic type treatments, the key here is that it has to be done hand in hand with your doctor. Otherwise, you're going to be out of compliance with these clauses and these policies that say you have to be under the regular care of a doctor. So if you're getting these things against the advice of your doctor or an alternative to doing what the doctor wants to do, then you are going to be in trouble. The insurance company can't tell you not to do it, but they can also stop your payments. So it sort of has the same effect. When, however, you're able to do these alternative treatments kind of hand in hand with your doctor, sometimes as an adjunct or along with the other stuff that's going on, so that you're doing their treatment and these things are supplementing it, that will always pretty much work. Sometimes though, doctors will agree to start with holistic treatments and remedies first and then go to more invasive medical options later. However, that has to be well documented by your doctor, and there has to be some medical basis for that approach. So your doctor would need to be able to point to medical literature that has supported that type of a treatment approach. If it's just based on what you want to do and the doctor's just saying, whatever, I'll agree to it, there's no harm here, you could be in trouble again, because what will happen is the insurance company will hire doctors, they will review the situation and say, there's no scientific support for the treatment approach that they're using. They should not be delaying this other treatment just to try this thing first. There's no support for that. Now, sometimes there may be support for that. So a lot of this is going to boil down to your doctor and how well they're able to piece these things together. But in all cases, your holistic and other treatments need to be part of what your doctor is doing. If you have a more broadly worded clause that maybe says other medical practitioners, you'd have to see how that has been interpreted. Often that will not be interpreted to include non-licensed holistic practitioners and things like that. Usually even when it says other medical practitioners, you're talking like physiotherapists, psychologists, and that kind of thing. Make sure you work with your doctor and build these things into the treatment program that they're already doing. Get it well documented. That is your best chance to have the insurance company accept it and not cut off your payments.